All right, Aries, let's go ahead and redo your December 2022 main monthly reading. Like I was saying, for some strange reason, I randomly got smacked in the head with an idea and decided to go 2018 style on the Cancer reading yesterday. And I was like, dude, that feels so right. So we're redoing your reading now. Just a little bit different of a style, something that I used to do years ago and just kind of stopped doing for some reason. Anyway, if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, please look in the description of this video and please read it carefully. That is the only way to schedule a personal reading with me. Be mindful of scammers and impersonators pretending to be me and other tarot card readers on YouTube. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out a 9-card spread here, past, present, future. Okay? So what important messages do we have for Aries for December, universe? Important messages for Aries for December. Let's see. 2 more. Okay, ooh, the Queen of Wands, though. All right. All right, so, okay. Ooh, so in the past, I'm seeing that you had a really hard time connecting with somebody on an emotional level. I don't know who it was that wasn't connecting emotionally. So maybe it could have been somebody at the workplace for some of you, but it looks like you had a connection with somebody that was kind of surface level, and I'm feeling like you wanted it to be maybe more than it was, or it just didn't go the way you wanted it to go. I'm just really feeling like the two of you did not emotionally connect. Like maybe you really didn't open up and express your true feelings. They didn't open up and express their true feelings. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if this came to an ugly ending. It's not telling me. But here, creeping into the future, I am kind of seeing communication. I'm seeing communication happening here. It looks to me, though, like somebody's kind of bitter and irritated and pissed off. Probably because this communication from this person and emotions still aren't being fully expressed. Could be a Pisces for some of you. Emotions still aren't being fully expressed. It's almost like they're still keeping their feelings and their thoughts to themselves, and you probably are too, and that's building tension. It's kind of what I'm seeing happening here. Like I said, this past creeping into the present and whatnot, now creeping into the future, I think you are coming to terms with what you really want and what you really don't want. This is giving you the opportunity to see so clearly what's for you and what's not for you. And if the two of you aren't going to connect on an emotional level, you know that if you try to force a connection like that, it'll just turn toxic. It's giving you the opportunity to actually awaken to what you deserve, I think, you know. And you're also coming to terms with the fact that, you know, maybe just the two of you don't make a very good team. Because we have to connect on an intimate level if we're going to be a team. We have to, you know? So I just really feel like creeping into the future, you're going through like a bit of an awakening. And it's unfortunately not an awakening that's just going to happen overnight like that. Your eyes are slowly starting to open. You're slowly starting to expand your consciousness. I feel like this connection you had with this person has taught you a lot, you know, in a good way, you know? So could be an Aquarius for some of you. I also have Capricorn and Pisces here. I do think that your wishes will end up being fulfilled in the future, but you have to go through a bit of an awakening first. Does that make sense? All right, let's see. Let's get the advice. No, scratch that. Let's look at the outcome. What's the overall outcome for December? Let's What's the overall outcome for Aries? Ooh, the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So I'm not seeing you and this person reconcile things. You know, like a full on. If you're wanting to reconcile, because I know not everybody's wanting to reconcile with a past person. But for those of you who are wondering whether or not you and whoever this was in the past are going to have a full on reconciliation, I'm not seeing that. I don't think so. Ooh, you know what? You are more than likely going to be introduced to several different potential love interests. Probably going to explore several different options. I'm not seeing anything serious coming in, though. Not really. Okay. All right. Yeah. So actually, I do kind of feel like you are going to end up attempting a new start in love. So I do see somebody making their way into your life that more than likely you're probably hoping that this is going to go somewhere, but I'm feeling like there's a part of you that's just going to want to keep your options open. Looks like money is looking good. Now, this isn't the general part of the reading, but for those of you who are on a path to manifest or at least better your finances, it's looking like you're on the right path. That's looking really, really good. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling like a love offer is going to be made. But it just feels to me kind of like whoever is giving you this love offer, it may be somebody that you're not really all that interested in, or you're just not 100% sure if you want to settle down with anybody. For whatever reason, I feel like you're probably leaning more towards keeping your options open. I'm seeing you focusing your energy on your work and your finance. That's what I'm seeing. Because, again, you're still guarded. I still see you a little bit guarded. And nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you know, if there's still healing that needs to be done and whatnot, there's nothing wrong with having your guard up and not letting somebody in if you need to do some healing. I would say that if you have healing that needs to be done, which we all do, it would be better to have your guard up and not let somebody in than to just let somebody in while you're broken. You know, that's dangerous. Okay. Some of you could have another Aries, possibly a Pisces headed your way. Let's get the advice. What's the best advice? And then we'll move on to general. What's the best advice? Best advice. Yeah, so don't let your emotions make any crazy, irrational decisions for you. Do the best that you can to keep your head above water. Make decisions that are logical, reasonable, rational, and fair. Okay? Knight of Swords, though. So I am feeling like a conversation. Yep, and the Tower card reversed. So I'm feeling like a conversation does need to be had between you and probably this past person. So whenever communication comes in between you and this person, I wouldn't ignore them. A conversation does need to be had, but I think that's about as far as it goes. You know? So, like, if they ding in your inbox, don't ignore them. You know, at least let bygones be bygones, or maybe see if y'all can just be friends. You know, a conversation does need to be had, but at least for December, you need to leave it at that. Okay. Focus your energy on your work and your finance. Steer clear of drama. I was telling, I think, Leo the other day that people say that all the time, you know, I hate drama. But have you ever noticed that a lot of people that say that, if you watch them, they're actually addicted to drama? Come on now. That's not going to get us anywhere. Oh, I know it's tempting. And it can become addictive, but that's not going to get us anywhere. Drama is not going to improve your life. It's not going to help you accomplish your goals. It's not going to help you better your life. It's not going to help you better yourself as a person. See what I'm saying? So just steer clear of that. Steer clear of that. Maintain a positive outlook on the future. That sounds corny as hell, but you have no idea how powerful that is. Last but not least, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. See, refusing to be vulnerable is not a sign of strength. That's a sign of weakness. Because when you're really, truly emotionally strong, standing and a sense of emotional integrity and independence, you can be vulnerable with anybody you want. And you can't be disappointed. As long as you're good with you, you can't be disappointed. I can be as vulnerable with you as I want. As long as I'm good with me, I know the truth about me, I have a good relationship with me, and I have integrity, I can open up and be as vulnerable with you as I want. And you can't hurt me. You can't disappoint me. See what I'm saying? All right, let's move on to general messages. What general messages do we have for Aries for December 2022, universe? What general messages do we have? The Queen of Pentacles in the upright. I'm really seeing money and finance and work and things of a materialistic and earthly nature looking very good for you. I'm not feeling like at least now, for those of you who aren't even trying to improve your finances, this may not resonate for you. This is mainly for those of you who are actually like putting yourself on a path to either manifest finances, better your finances in any way, or whatever the case may be. You ain't gonna have no problems. You ain't having no problems with that. So, if you're starting that business, or if you're wondering whether or not you should start that business, start that business, okay? If you're wondering whether or not you should abandon a business project, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh, there are new doorways of opportunity opening for you. So you have open doors of opportunity in regards to business and finance that are right there available to you. You have to test. Okay, this isn't the advice part of the spread, but I will throw a little bit. And I keep trying to steer around this, but this Nine of Wands keeps coming up for you. This has come up in every single spread. Okay, so y'all definitely got to work on being guarded and being defensive. Again, it's better to be guarded while you're in a state of being broken than anything. But at least if you're going to be guarded, work on your healing. Okay. Anyway, though, you have to. Okay, so the analogy I like to use is the first thing you have to do is walk up to the door to see if you trigger the motion sensor to get it to open, the proverbial door. If it doesn't open, turn the doorknob. If it's locked, give it a knock. See, there are always open doors of opportunity all over the place. We got to test things out. Test it out. Take a leap of faith. Take a chance. It'll either work or it won't. You will never see any changes in life if we don't try new things and take chances and take leaps of faith. You know what I mean? Yes, you'll fuck up from time to time. Of course, that's part of the path. Yes, things will go wrong. Of course, that's part of the path. But would you rather overcome some obstacles and eventually manifest your dreams, or just sit in your little safe space because you're too afraid of failing and go to your deathbed sitting in the exact same spot you're sitting in right now? That's an open-ended question. There's no right or wrong answer. It just depends on what you want in life. But think about that, okay? Think about that. It is looking good for you as far as work, money, and finance goes. Ooh, some of you, hang on. Yeah, I know this isn't the love part of the reading, but some of you may end up in a relationship with somebody possibly at the workplace. There could be somebody at the workplace that's interested in you. You're interested in them. I have the Emperor and the Empress, masculine and feminine counterparts. Okay, so for those of you who came to this reading wondering whether or not your job is going to come to an end, no, I don't think so. I do not think so, but I do see you forming a solid, tight relationship. Again, more than likely with somebody either at the workplace, or if you're self-employed, maybe somebody who is in the same field, in the same networking field as you, or something to that effect. Okay, cool. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Money's looking good. Looking good. Let's get some general advice for Aries. Let's get some general advice for Aries, universe. What general advice do we have for Aries? Oh, boom, boom, boom. again, ignore the noise. I'm telling you, man. And who was I telling? Was it Leo the other day? I was saying something very similar to, I think, Leo. Maybe it's a fire sign thing. Maybe it's a fire sign thing because it's so easy to get y'all worked up. So easy to get fire signs worked up. Ignore the noise. Okay? It's not, I know as addictive as it is in the moment, it's not going to get you anywhere. It actually, too, if you ain't careful, which most people aren't, and you feed enough energy into it, it'll eventually end up sabotaging you. Eventually. If you keep continuing to feed energy into drama and gossip and rumors and all this and that, and who this person's dating and who that person's fucking and who did this to that person and who lied to this person and who's sneaking around doing that and what she's wearing and what he's doing and how much money he makes and blah, 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 blah. It's not if, it's when. That will eventually end up sabotaging you. Eventually. Mark my word. You heard me say it here. That will eventually sabotage you. It's not going to get you anywhere. Okay? All right. So, whatever your goals are, especially for 2023, you need to make a solid, firm decision to get on the path and stay on it. A solid, firm decision. We can't be up in our heads all wishy-washy, waiting for the right moment. It's going to be a rough transition. If you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. The right moment is not going to come along. You got to make that right moment happen. Period. Period. Is it going to be an overnight success? Usually no. Sometimes, yeah. It's not impossible, but usually no. But you have to get on the path with the mentality of, I'm showing the universe what I want. Because you can say what you want. You can use affirmations. And I'm not saying don't do those things. Definitely do those things. You know, change your thoughts, change your beliefs, affirm what it is that you're manifesting. But at the end of the day, the universe doesn't really respond to that. Not really. A little bit, a little teeny tiny minuscule little bit. The universe responds to your actions. You have to show the universe what you want. And it's scary. It's scary. Oh, yes, it is. But you got to do it. You've got to do it. Yeah. Do not place any limiting beliefs on yourself. We got the Emperor and the Empress again. The Emperor and the Empress again. Again, some of you are definitely forming some sort of tight, close connection with somebody either in business or at the workplace, okay? Do not put any limiting beliefs on yourself. You know, like, oh, that's impossible. There's no point in trying that. I just can't, there's nothing out there for me. There's nothing I would really love or enjoy doing, or don't put any of those limiting beliefs on yourself. I don't care how stupid it sounds. And it will. When you first say it, it will sound kind of stupid and kind of cheesy and corny at first. It will. But I don't care how stupid it sounds. You have to believe it's possible. Period. If you don't believe it's possible, it's never going to happen. You have to believe it's possible. Now, that's not the end-all, be-all. Believing that it's possible is not going to make it happen for you. But if that's missing, I promise you it won't. Promise you it won't. It will not. Okay? So just proceed with caution. Plan to the best of your ability, but don't stick too strictly and rigidly to whatever plan you have. This is where it gets slippery and convoluted. I'm not saying don't plan. What I'm saying is, if you want something you've never had, it's not going to happen the way you expect at all. I promise you. But you have to do something. So come up with some kind of plan. You have to have some kind of plan because you have to get on the path and start doing something. But just keep your radar on. Because once you get on this path, most of the time we're headed in the wrong direction. It doesn't matter. The universe knows what you want. But you have to put your foot on the gas and start moving first before the universe can take the wheel and start steering you in the right direction. Does this make sense? So you get on the path, you start moving, and then you feel the vehicle drifting this way. And we want to try to force it back onto the path. No. The universe is taking you that way. Take a step back. Okay, all right, well, for whatever reason, this thing doesn't really seem to be working out exactly the way that I want. So, all right, universe, if this is the way you're trying to force me to go, I guess let's see. You know? Whoa, it's working out. If you can maintain that mentality throughout the entire path, the entire process, nothing is stopping you from reaching the top of the mountain. All right? Okie dokie. I feel like those were the messages that my Aries friends needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all again for tuning in and playing along. Thanks again for the love, support, and positive feedback you guys show me every single time I get on here and do this. Makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to look in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you at some point between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.